at the northernest point of the state for some of the great golf throughout this road trip down the state here with the professor.
So let's take a look at this pretty cool 1960s built golf course. And even got to meet the golf designer himself when checking in.
I was going to design a golf course.
No, really?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's cool. Sweet.
So,
the name I didn't recognize. That's
it was originally Holiday Lakes.
Holiday Lakes. Okay.
So the first hole was down the hill here.
The course was designed by Gerald Roby, and then also the gentleman that checked us in. And I tell you what, it's a residential type feel here. It's a beautiful part of New Jersey. It doesn't feel like you're in New Jersey at all when you get here. The course was built in 1966 and it had some name changes. We're going to go through those name changes as we swing through the course.
So the front nine will make a loop around this upper lake here.
Okay.
The nine's down there.
Okay.
And the back nine will make a loop around the upper lake.
Sweet. Another picturesque water hole. A lot of water on this golf course. I think that's when you make that drive out here, you expect to see it. A lot of houses, a lot of condominiums maybe, apartment buildings. I don't know what they go for, but it's a nice area, I will say. Even nicer golf course. It's a very narrow golf course. It's tight. Take a look at the putting green surface here that are pretty nice. You can see this is a nice par 4 as well. I don't think I've ever seen a green this aggressive in my life. This isn't even a normal type of green. The ultimate Barrett, one would say, at least not in the middle. It drops off dramatically here. This is a really cool hole, probably one of my favorites so far. The course is located in Montague, which is pretty much the north top of the state of New Jersey. We're going to play each golf course that's public in the state. So walking on into this facility, we want to experience as much as we can with a 1960s built, looks like 1967 completed golf course officially, Holiday Lake. Again, another dog leg, a lot of dog legs to get used to if you're playing. It's a par 73. So you get a little bit more than you expect here, with only one par 3 on the front 9 and 3 on the back, and with a total of 5 par 5s. This course can be very challenging, but we can promise you it's very scenic. It's a nice course outside, doesn't even feel like of New Jersey when you get there, but you're still in New Jersey. It's Holiday Lake, and that was the original name of the golf course, Holiday Lake Country Club or Golf Club. That was when it opened in 1967. That's what it says on the card, but I'm seeing online 1966, so it depends on where you look. But I did find
Consistently into our next spot, almost directly in the middle of the state, there is a new course that has just opened its doors, and we were happy to get over there and play this facility. A lot of history and a great designer who built it. Let's take a look at
the
this
first
facility.
municipal course in New Jersey in the last 40 years. We're here at Old Bridge Golf Club. I saw it bouncing a bunch. Oh, right here. What's this? A lot of expectations of playing this course. Being built in 2023, it's one of the newest golf courses in the state of New Jersey. Let's walk through each one of the holes here at this facility. Built and designed by Stephen K. Right at you. Right down. You're playing. Currently, Stephen K does own the course and operate it, but that will change in 5 years when the township will officially take over the course. You're good. Let's take a look at this 18-hole golf course. Not too many Google reviews. We're out here playing one of the first times this course is played.
In the rough.
Down there.
Good putt.
Oh. And the course is a traditional link style on all the holes, very open, in water on some of them. Even off the tee box, you're not going to see the water. We're you're gonna find the water in the fairway.
So let's go take a look at the course nickname, the Rose. We'll talk all about its quick history, being just a year old, and we'll walk through each one of the holes here located on 218 acres of township-owned property now. Now the Rose got its nickname because the original land here was owned by the Rose family. This par 72 was completed September of 2023 and has a total of 30
Goes
on and on as we move on into our final golf course. And it's not the most southern one. There is Cape May National, but the Cape May Par 3 golf course, in my opinion, is the best course to end your ultimate road trip on, because the state of New Jersey is expensive and these courses are not cheap. Let's take a look here at Cape May Golf Club.
Look at Cape May Par 3 golf course, built in 2002 by Rick Jones. The course was built by Rick Jones. Let's go through this fun 18-hole.
Swinging low, but my wallet's where the pain will show. If I ruled the course, let me tell you, friend, we'd all be playing till the daylight ends. Golf ain't free, but if it's up to me, tee times for all, like they're meant to be. No greens fees, no car charge.
And there's a full 18 holes at this facility with putting green surfaces that I would compare to country club like. This is a nice, fun golf course for $25. You get what you pay for. It's not that long. Golf is in the family business. They got some cool things going on at the range here. Let's take a look. Coolest part about this golf course is the driving range. You can hit different Republicans or Democrats. We're gonna take a look at that in just a second, but I've never seen that. We actually had news crews come out here. So it's a fun par 3, and the reason they did this, they wanted to give the opportunity, Republican or Democrat, you all could play golf.
And this was before I was recommended to play this course by some fellow fans. We marked it and finally got over here to the south part of the state and walked on.
Yeah, I was hoping to go play. You're not Rick, are you?
No, Rick's over he's in Florida, Rick.
Okay.
Overall, my experience during the check-in process was very fun. It has the driving range. The driving range does get busy, I will say that. And the tee times, just get up there and show up. It's fun, affordable. I will say on the weekends it could be pretty slow, and certain times on the weekends, like Memorial Day weekend, you probably couldn't even get a tee time, be waiting on every hole. But that's what you get for $25. What do you expect? When you compare it to his Dover course in Delaware, it's almost double the price, but I think it's double the fun, as corny as that sounds. This is a cool course. Right there, you get a lot of wind coming through, but you also have airplanes because of the small airplane port right next door. The first hole is, again, right around 60 yards. Each hole's around 120 to 60. Maybe a little bit more that first hole, but overall, yeah, you're not going to be going and hitting a driver at all on this course. It's really a short game. It's a 4.6 out of 220 Google reviews, which is pretty high for a par 3 course. Located in Lower Township, it offers that driving range and 2 practice greens. There's one on the number 18th hole that we'll talk about in a little bit, but there's a putting green there as well in the right behind number 1, so you do get a lot of practice. And just a pro tip, if you felt like that practice green when you walk in's a little busy, there's one on number 18 over, I guess, number 17, 18T. Telephone poles on the back side, kind of marking the property line, which is kind of a fun characteristic. You're hitting off mats on every hole. I don't know if that ever changes throughout the year. And there's no fairways really, which makes sense on a par 3 course, but the greens, the putting green surfaces are, I would put them up there with a country club. I would compare them to Cape May National's golf course putting green surfaces, if not better. Now, by the time you play this, it could get a lot of walking during the end of the summer, so that might be drastically different. There's a $5 discount if you go on their website.